Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to be doing, as you can see, our cat Burglar. Her alignment is neutral, and that's all the stuff that you've got on the card for her. If you want a proper look, there you go. So let's have a look. Well, she's a lot of blues and purples, the same as, well, almost the same as our spy that we've not long since finished. So we're going to continue with the the colours that we have on here for him. But first we are going to have a difference in skin tone, because I don't particularly want a darker skin tone as she's got. And we're still going to use what's here, but I'm going to add in a little bit of our Screaming Skull to make it just that little bit paler. And there we are. There's a Screaming Skull added into the mix, and this is a little bit strange, this character, because she has a veil over her mouth. So we're going to have to simulate that in some way. Which is not going to be honest, too difficult. The only problem with it being the area itself is incredibly flat and lacking in detail. Unfortunately, it's very similar to the Elementalist in that respect. We have obviously paint on the brush, but I'm actually applying it to the face. It's hiding detail, so we're going to have to apply it incredibly thinly and in numerous layers, in the hope that when it does dry it will be fine. There we are. Now, as I said, she's wearing very similar things to the what's his name? The spy. But you may notice she's got incredibly chunky hands. She's also holding a gemstone. If I can get this. Working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the rest of her now in black, as we did with the spy. So add our black paint onto our palette, a little bit of water, and then just slap it all over. It's I find it a lot easier characters like this to paint, because there's not much to do. a case of adding different shades to black in order to darken it down and make it look slightly less black. Now in this we have purples and blues, so this is going to be a little bit of fun, a little bit more fun than the last one. She's also wearing long gloves, much as the spy was doing, and even her dagger wants to have the same colouring. So she's obviously been designing her own stuff in order that she can blend into the shadows and not be picked up by reflections on burnt metal. A little bit too much water into that, so let's add some more black. There we are, and try and get it's all covered. Doesn't matter if it doesn't cover completely in this one, because obviously we can go back and add more layers to this and more coats, which will give it a more even coating. But to be honest, as long as all the grey is hidden, is all we really need. There we go. I'm coming back again and doing that gem, painting over that gem in white. I do like the fact that as a cat burglar she's managed to... Oh, hang on. Is she an elf? Because she seems to have 20 ears. And I've just noticed her ears. It looks like she may be elfin kind. I'm going to have to come back again with the flesh tones to get her ears sorted out, because I haven't done those. I hadn't. Well, let's face it, you've seen some of my videos before, you know I don't usually 9 times out of 10 forget ears. Get faces done, but I always seem to forget ears for some strange reason. I don't know why. But never mind. Never mind. I think that is about all I can do for... Nope, there's a little bit there that needs doing. And there we are. as I said, we're going to go back to the flesh towel. And get these ears sorted out. There we are. Well, as best as I can do anyway. I think this character is one we're going to have to come back to a few more times. Now, I just plug in my power cable for my camera. And have a proper look at this. The black seems to be drying in the majority. There's a few areas where it's still a little damp, but not to worry. I still need to the proper covering to these ears. I think I picked up some black from the crevice there and it's not picking up properly. Not to worry. And just, why is this city full of elves? Okay, so that's that bit done. I'm going to use now a very fine brush and go into pure white just to do the little gem that she's holding. So we don't want much on the brush. It looked at first as though she had a really deformed hand. Turns out she's holding the gem between her thumb and forefinger. She's deformed, she has... I don't know what I was going to say then. Maybe it was stupidity. Right. Have to cover up a little bit where I've caught with the white and the black. Right. Okay, that's that done. And now we're going back into the black and purple that we used for the spy. Mixing more black in with this purple to make a very dark, very deep purple colour. Again with a spot of water and we're going to just go over a few of the raised areas. We'll come back. In fact, what I'll do is I will go over everywhere with this model because it's not very easy to see the whatchamacallits, the little crevices and things in the clothing she's wearing as it was with the spy. So I'm going to cover everything in purple. I'm going to come back a little later with non-oil and go over everywhere with a wash, but I've got a few things I need to do first before I can do that, so I might as well just get things done first of all to the stage where I want it. Okay, the main part of her clothing is purple, incredibly dark purple, but purple nevertheless. And then the accessories are all quite a vivid blue. I'm not saying we're going to be able to get the vividness of the blue achieved, but we can do our very best. These tassels, or the long sleeves that she has, again, they're all purple. So we have very purpley, very deep purpley colour. Let's say the majority of her outfit. And now, what I want to do is sort out the blue areas. And for this, we're going to be using Calidor Sky, mixed once again with black. So we'll get the Calidor Sky on the palette. I'm going to be doing exactly the same as I did with the purple. I'm mixing black into it. In fact, it might be easier mixing it into black. And as you can see, it is. And everywhere that wasn't purple is going to get a coating of this, which is hands, this scarf or headdress or whatever you want to call it. Her shoes, and I think that is about it, really. Sorry for headdress. Oh, this part here on the front of the dress needs doing as well. Now this part here. Now we won't just be doing this and then giving it a wash. We will be highlighting first of all and then giving a wash, because it needs to be a lot brighter in order for us to see the wash. So to bear with me a sec while I get things completed. And it won't take long. There we are. So we have our purples, our blues sorted out. Next we're going to be having our, when I say our, the highlights for these colours. Now I want to get a bit more with the Xerius purple on the go. This is the one that we used for the deep purple colour mixed with the black, so I'll get some more of that on our palette. And a touch of water just to make it a little bit more fluid. Now it's come off the brush easier. And now we're going to be doing this on various raised parts of the model. We will be using a brighter purple as well than this before we add the Nuln Oil wash. There we go. Like that. And now for the blue areas. I'll do exactly the same kind of thing. Pick out a few bits here and there. We're not going overboard with this because it's going to be, as I said, washed. But what I could have done is just done a coat just of this colour and then washed it I didn't want it to be just this colour. I want it to be a lot darker, which is why I'm just touching here and there with parts of this instead of doing it completely. Oh dear Lord, what am I saying? Instead of it being completely bright blue, postage just got these early today, it's 12:30. So there's what we've got so far. Now I think it's wash time, and for this wash we're going to be using what's left of Druchia Violet. And that is going to be going over all the parts that are going to be purple. I'm doing this first to give it the purple look. I will go over it again with the black a little later, or the Nuln Oil a little later. I just want to make this look purple. There we are. What I don't want to see now is what I don't want to use now is a blue wash around on the blue areas because they're bright enough. It's the purple that wasn't quite bright enough. What's my fine detail brush? It's hidden under there. Because what I want now is Reichland Flesh Shade. This is going to be on the top part of the hair, top part of the face. In fact, I'm going to go all over the face, all over the flesh areas with this. There isn't much in the line of detail, unfortunately, as I said, so it's a case of doing what we can with it. And next, the colour we haven't used so far. I don't think any of these models. Warboss Green. And this, as you can imagine, is going on the gem. She's found a nice little emerald or whatever, and she's examining it. So that is all I think we can do for this model at the moment. Next is going to be a case of making the purples a little brighter, the blues a little brighter, and see what we can do with the face as well. See if we can make that any more prominent. But we're also going to have to go over one area of skin here which should have been done before I applied the wash and forgot. Oh dear. There we are. So I'll leave that to dry now and see how it goes, and we'll continue when it's all dry. So I will see you